Alrighty, it looks like now we're on to an article that isn't about video games. If you're trying to figure out what order I did these in the release out of order. Okay, so yeah, I do remember hearing a while back that Linux was having a problem with the mentally ill wanting to be represented in the coding language thing. If I remember right, well, under the license that it was, those who did what coding they did, they have. I mean, it might be under a new license, or one of the versions may be under a different license. But I remember hearing something about that because of the one license that was being used, if somebody was upset about what it was, they have the right to take out what they contribute. But yeah, there's some lovely waifus on the side. Okay, Trader. I'm assuming this is going to go, yep, on the Traders of American Master list. Okay, let's see how the Linux people did the thing. Okay. The world has turned topsy-turvy, and we're living in the era of the clown. Hopefully I said that right, because R's and L's come out a little bit the same. Okay, the Linux Foundation was already added to the list that was mentioned, but now the Linux kernel at its core has given away to the whims of, I don't know that word, and have joined the anti-Western campaign to stifle language they deem racist. Okay. That guy picked up the news from whatever post that is on July 4th by him, who explained recent events have promoted a Linux position statement on inclusivity terminology. No. Given that Linux maintains a coding style in its own, I don't know that word, set of terminologies. I'm assuming that's just another word for slang. I don't know. Okay, here is a proposal to answer the call to represent non-inclusive terminology. No. The post revealed support for Chris Manson, Craig, whoever, Hartman. I don't know these people. From the Linux Foundation. It goes on to explain that some of the terms and idioms they will be replacing in order to proliferate inclusive read censored language throughout the no, I mean, I get not wanting a whole bunch of bad language like cursing. I mean, I'm not somebody who curses a lot, so for me, I don't really like to hear it a whole bunch. But if it happens to be about, I mean, if that just happens to be the community or the way that the people are talking, then so be it. I mean, there's plenty of YouTubers that I watch, that I have seen where they just curse all the time. Not saying that's yeah, they just happen to curse all the time, or at least they freely give them out and not try to. I don't like saying to censor themselves, but not using profanity. But that's just me. I'm not going to tell somebody to stop. Maybe children, but not adults. Not adults. Okay, we got to go to the next boxy thing. Okay, for symbol names, avoid introducing new usage of the word slaves in blacklist. Recommended replacements for slaves are secondary, subordinate, I replica, no, maybe, responder, follow, proxy, or performer. Recommended replacements for blacklist or block list or deny list. I mean, I guess the world's woke, but if people have been using the word slave and blacklist for for the thing, then so be it. Get over it, and yeah, just get over it. Lesson, yeah, I don't know that word. For introducing new usage is to maintain a underspace. Uh, ABI, I don't know what that is. Or when updating code for an existing, such as 2020, excuse me, hardware or protocol, specifically that mandates those terms. For new precise words, consider translating those usage of the terminology to the kernel coding standard where possible. See the reference to that. I would say no. Mentally sound people resorted that programming languages are based on the, I don't know that word, actualities of performance. That may not be the right word. Technological functions. Okay. The terms related to signifying, or okay, I don't know, or identifying what actions or state is being called. It requires I don't implement. I can't say the word right now. Putting them there or executed. Yeah. Okay. Normally thinking people rightly pointed out that programming languages are socially, I don't know that word, but I'm assuming not connected, and have no barriers or conditions in which they are try to specific social political meanings. Okay, yeah. I may not have been able to read all. I may not have been able to read that right, but I think I get the gist is that programming language is programming language. Don't try to inflate it with anything else. Okay, context is everything in language. Clearly, technical terms in computing are not to be taken literally or as endorsements of the slave trade. Of course, I started out. I'm old enough to where I started out with a PATA or an IDE computer. So having to set up my hard drives as master and slave was something that I noticed and I knew, and I did not. I didn't contribute it to anything other than that's the terminology for the way the hard drives are set up. Okay. If you think about it, then there isn't any actual white or black people. We are all shades of pink through the brown. As I say, context is everything in language, which makes sense. Okay. Others pointed out that a lot of this is to distract from the atrocities being committed by certain groups, and that by devoting attention away from their actions, it has allowed people to squabble amongst themselves regarding those pretty trifling handed down by the Silicon Valley elite, rather than taking to task certain people who have made the way of life difficult for nearly everybody. Yeah, I think I get what he's saying. Okay. This is not an innocent, significant, I don't know, fake suggests. Okay, I don't think I can read that full sentence right. Okay, it is deliberately imposed and promoted to prevent a real struggle to hide the obvious something. We live in sewage. we live in globally. I may not say that worldwide, but oh well. We all know that I'm the one who can't read well, and that is perfectly fine. Roast me on my not reading. I guess that's probably going to be almost every video I do like this. I just can't read well. And I know that is a part of me, and that is fine. Okay. I do not look at the U.S. Atrocities around the globe. Do not look at Israelis torture Palestinians. I'm pro U.S. and pro Israel. So, well, little bit I do hear. I'm not always in agreement that it is a bad thing. Let's oh, can I stop this thing? No, it's not. Oh wait, there's that at least. Okay. There we are. Do not look at your government's injustice and atrocities. Well, yes, we need to. Regardless of wherever we live, we need to pay attention to what our governments are doing and how they may be how they are wronging us. Yeah. Just call the disabled people definitely abled to make them feel more miserable by ridiculous euphemisms. The right loves that too, since they can equate the real left with its fake ones. I don't know if I quite understand what he's trying to say. Let's read that again. Okay. I got that part. Yeah, I got that part fine. I just called this the disabled. Oh, darn. Now let's see if we can find. I don't do Twitter, so I don't do the twaddles. Okay. Hell, not again. No, I mean that's probably fine, but okay. So I guess it might be a PNG. I don't know how this stuff works as far as posting twaddle links. Okay. Just call the disabled people definitely able to make them feel more miserable by ridiculous euphemisms. I don't get that. I don't quite get that. I mean, I understand the ideal of maybe changing some ways we address some things. Like instead of saying you're retarded, we just say mentally handicapped. Or mentally handicapped. And I do feel that sometimes it's not bad to use softer. Yeah, I guess softer adjectives when describing somebody, but at the same time, I do understand, like when it comes to the left and talking about immigration, they always say illegal immigrants, and sadly, I have started to do that, which I hate. I hate that I had picked that up, because beforehand, like many other people, I would use the correct wording, the correct terminology, which is illegal alien, and because of them changing the way that they are saying things, I mean, if you think about it, one of the reasons why they probably use the term illegal immigrant instead of illegal alien is that it sounds softer. It doesn't sound maybe as threatening. And that even in my case, anecdotally, I have heard it so much from them that for whatever reason, instead of saying saying the proper term illegal alien for whatever reason, I instantly think of the term illegal immigrant, and I'm trying to fix myself from that. But there are times to use softer adjectives, softer phrases, But then there are also times to use the correct phrasing. I feel that as far as the legal thing, if you're excuse me, something always itches. If you're talking as far as the legal, wow, this is going on for a while. Okay, if you're talking as far as using like in a legal document, I think it's wrong to use softer words or improper. Yeah, I think it's wrong to use the softer adjectives instead of the proper one, unless it's the same. For government agencies and politicians, I understand why they would use the softer adjectives, the softer words, because it makes it easier for us, the public, to take in the information because we're not mad when we first read it. But at the same time, because you are a government agency or part of the government, you should use the proper words, because the proper words, they are the words, the phrase that was agreed upon by the government before in the legal system, because I think it goes hand to hand. I might be wrong, but I think it's connected. But it was agreed upon by those who need to understand what you are saying, that those are the words. Okay. And then, gosh, I talked about that for a while, but that's okay. I like to, this is one of the reasons why I like One Angry Gamer. Eventually, I'm going to do some more Babylon Bee ones. I did the one a while back with the Babylon Bee, not knowing that it was a satirical one, thinking like, is this real? But now I know that it's not, and the point of the Babylon Bee is to start up conversations by using humor, which I think is a good tactic. And then as far as for One Angry Gamer, they talk about a lot of things that go into entertainment, which makes it easier for anybody here who isn't into politics but like to know gaming and anime news type stuff. That's a good way to get people to maybe pay attention to politics and at least other things, because it's affecting your hobby. Either way, let's go with the last line. The right loves that too, since they can equate the real left with this fake ones. Excuse me, I had to burp. I think he's saying that because how was I going to say that? I think he is saying that when the right Republicans refer to the far left, those who are Antifa and Antifa affiliates, and other organization type things, who are pushing for far left agendas, we since I am a Republican, I am somebody who at least identifies as somebody who is on the right. We tend to say left instead of. I know some people are better at it than I am, at least on YouTube, which is where at least it should be better when identifying a group, where they won't just identify them as the left, but as the far left, which is different, because those who are closer to the center are being left. Those who are center left, they are maybe more agreeable with at least or yeah, they may be more agreeable or at least more open to at least talking it out, and won't threaten to kill you if you bring up something. But yeah, okay. So yeah, I talked for a while, and we'll at the end. Okay, in the end, none of this changes the fact that Linux has fallen. I use Windows, but probably not so good. I saw something about Microsoft doing something for the Pride Month, which is oval, but still news I want to talk about. Okay. The entire operating system is now being manhandled by cultural Marxists who have not only betrayed your trust, but have betrayed the intentions of Western values. Probably didn't read that L word right. Don't think I read that right. Okay, there's a reason why. There's a reason why they are on the Traitors of America master list, and now you know why. Sometime I need to look on that list because I mean I looked at the list once and I was kind of surprised by why they were on there, like Chick-fil-A's on there, and the good thing is that it does look like it has links. So maybe sometime I will do. Maybe sometime I should do like a big video, going through. I talk with my hands, but you can't see my hands. But go through the list and pick out all the a lot of the companies that I am familiar with, or at least say that I like. And like I said, it has a link, so I'm assuming it's going to link to a One Angry Gamer article, telling me and us why he, Billy, I'm assuming, put it on the list. But enough with talking, enough with rambling. So if you liked the video, then give it a like. If you didn't like the video, then dislike it or the equivalent for wherever this is found. And if you want to see some anime stuff or just talk to me, join the Facebook page. Might have trouble finding it because I specifically made it 18 plus. But look around, you'll find it. Yeah, you should find it, hopefully. Because linking it doesn't help. But either way, ramble too much. Either way, like it, dislike it, or equivalent. Leave comments telling me how to make it better, leading me to more news, either it being entertainment news that goes with anime and video games, even comics, the stuff that we all like, or even straight up pure politics. That's fine too. Goodness. Here. But yes. Gosh, I always restart it. Either way, do that if you want to. And with that, I will try to stop rambling and I will bid you adieu.